Welcome guests, on tonight's show of What's That Book About? We will be discussing the book with the title of The Hero and the Crown. To tell us about it, please welcome Ken.
Thank you, I am glad to be here.
Go ahead and tell us about the book, The Hero and the Crown. What are your thoughts about this book?
Well, to be honest, I thought the book was a bit boring in the beginning, but once things started to heat up, it was hard to put the book down. The book was well written in my opinion, and if I could recommend it to a friend, I would.
Very cool. Now tell me, who are some of the main characters?
Well, the main characters are King Arlbeth, Urin, Tor, Galana, and Luth. There are more characters, but these were the ones who had the most important role throughout the book, and without them, it would not have been the same.
All right, so now that we know the characters, do you mind telling us what the setting of the book was?
Good question. As you can tell from the title, The Hero and the Crown, the book is staged in a time from long ago, sort of a medieval time where kings existed. The story takes place most in Damar, which is filled with forests and large mountains.
Well, now that we know the basics, why don't you tell the audience a brief summary of the story? I'm sure they will like that.
The book begins where Urin grows up in the home of her father, who was the king of Damar. Urin felt as though she has never really belonged because people believed that Urin's mother was a witch from the north, and because of that, most people hated her. One day, Galana dares Urin to a leaf of the circa tree. Now, if you were royal, then the circa tree would help you, if not, it would kill you. Urin ate a whole branch instead of a leaf. And no, Urin didn't die, but it made her very sick for many years. During the time she is sick, she found a book containing the history of Damar, which also contains an ointment that will make you fireproof. She also befriends her father's old warhorse named Talat during this time too. Once Urin began to feel better, Urin began slaying dragons with the help of her ointment and a sword from her best friend Tor. Tor is also the first Sola, which means he is the next in line for king. Trouble starts to begin in the north, and at the same time, Mor, the black dragon, awoke. Urin sneaks off and kills Mor. This battle leaves Urin badly injured, and eventually she followed her dream, which was of a guy named Luth who would heal her and will finally give Urin the answers she needs and send her into a final battle that will change her life forever. Urin leaves the castle to find this man, and as if he was directing her, she knew where to go. She arrived, and Luth healed her, made her immortal, taught her, then sent her to fight Asgdid, her mother's evil brother. He also gave her a special sword named Gunturin. Along the way, an army of Folkza and Yerigs join her, which are basically cats and dogs, only twice as large. She arrives at Asgdid's tower and defeats him. She retrieves the hero's crown and makes her way back to Damar with Luth, but they eventually split ways once they get close. Urin returned to the city to find them being besieged by the north. She aids Damar, eventually fending off everyone from the north. She then gave the crown to Tor, and together they also removed Mor's head from the castle, which has been causing everyone in Damar to feel weak, which has been aiding in their defeat. Although, when they rolled the head out of the city, the head turned all of Damar into desert. The story came to an end with the wedding of Urin and Tor, and everyone finally accepting Urin as a real person.
That was a very good book. If you could ask the author some questions, what would you ask?
Well, a few questions that I have are, how exactly did Mor's head turn Damar into a desert? How did Urin know where to find Luth? How long did Asgdid have the crown in his possession before Urin retrieved it? And last but not least, my most important question, why did Urin decide to eat a full twig of the circa tree? She knew it would make her sick, so why did she do it?
Very good. Well, that's all for now, America. Tune in next time for What's That Book About?